I want to thank everybody for coming. And you gentlemen, I know y'all have passes, and y'all, oh, you ready to call? Cool. As y'all know, I'm Tracey Fisher, and I am about the community. That's what I do. I step out on the front line, and I deal with the individuals that really need help. Some of y'all don't know it until you meet me. Some of y'all know it before you meet me. But the bottom line is, I'll never lie to you. You might not like what I say, but I'll never lie to you. I served 22 years in the federal penitentiary because I was following others. And I was following them when I knew better. But I had to go through that journey in order to stand here today, being the man that I am. I stand on integrity, honesty, commitment, and dedication. That's why when I walked through the door and I saw Mr. Street, I know I stand on your shoulders. I know I do. I don't have to hang with you every day. I know what you bring to the table. As a kid, I remember hearing you fight about what's right for the community. You got to respect that. And where we went astray at is when the young individuals, y'all don't even know who that is sitting there. Because we lost touch, that generation gap. That generation gap, that's during the time when let's say Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X was alive and they walked into a room and nobody knew who they was, but yet their life is on the line for a better life for you. How do you not know who's fighting for you? That's because you find yourself in a situation you're not caring. You're in an environment where you can't even grow mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and anything else. It's like being in a cesspool. You have to understand and learn the level of your self-worth. And self-worth has nothing to do with a dollar. It has everything to do with integrity and commitment and dedication to yourself first. Then everybody else benefits from you. Because if you're not right, then everybody around you that looks up to you depends on you can't be right. You have to get right. That's why my guest speaker is Brother Tracey Syphax. And I'm going to tell you why. He wrote a book. I'm going to let him tell his story, but he wrote a book, From the Block to the Boardroom. I went back to school. I decided to go to college. And I'm taking up human service, life skills, social work, and all that. And I had a professor. And when I was speaking in her class, and she heard my story, she said, whoa, I know somebody you need to meet. And she went right in her bag, literally, and pulled his book out. She said, you need to get in touch with him. Like minds need to be together on a positive note. So, I do my Googling, like you Googled me. I do my homework. I watched it. And I love the fact that you put a DVD with the book. It was awesome. A little musical. Gave me an idea. Awesome. But when I read the book, I saw me in the book. Anytime you can write a book, and the individual reading the book can relate to the whole book, that's a book. And I never met you before, that's a book. That's a book. Everybody sitting here got a book in it. You just haven't written it yet. Everybody. If Mr. Street was to write a book right now, whoa. It's stuff you probably don't forgot about growing up in the 60s and stuff. Trying to establish certain organizations that exist today in Philadelphia so that I can be alive and be able to function. I had to learn to go back and respect who opened the door for me. That's why when I ever run into individuals such as Mr. Milton Street and other individuals such as himself, I give them their props. Because it's easy to walk through a door when it's open or the hinges is off of it. Try trying to go through one and it's locked and you know it's your survival depends on it to get through it. And your survival meaning you have to educate yourself. That education is the key. I know y'all hear it all day, every day. It is the key. It is the key. Why do you think they close the schools and build the jails? They made $33,000 a year off of me. $33,000 a year housing me. My degree is only $30,000. For 22 years, that's $726,000. More than $500,000 just to house me. No money in the 401k, no money in Social Security. After the end of the 22, see you later, have a nice day. Now you understand my sense of urgency. Without any further ado, I'm going to bring on my guest keynote speaker, Mr. Tracey Syphax.
My name is Tracey Syphax. As Brother Tracey said, I grew up in Trenton, New Jersey. The last time I was here in Philadelphia, Mr. Street, God bless you, sir, and all the work that you've done here in the Philadelphia area. I recognize you. Also, when I first came here, I'm from New Jersey, but this man has done some tremendous work on the grassroots level in the city of Philadelphia. He should be commended for that work. The last time I was here in Philadelphia, I was at the convention center for the African American Showcase. And I'm just going to tell you a quick story because I believe this story can lead right into the quick discussion that we can have today. And before we get out of here too, we can do some questions and answers real quick. But the last time I was over here in Philly was at the convention center. And I was doing a book signing along with Malcolm X's daughter. And I seen a brother that I recognized, I haven't seen in like 23 years. And the brother had his great beard, he has kufi on, and I remember this brother. And I asked, I said, brother, is your name Brother Zadi? He said, yes, sir. I met this brother 1992 in when I came from Rawway State Prison, I was transferred over to Riverfront State Prison. And I joined a program called the MARE program. The MARE program talked about African American studies, talked about Black history. I learned a lot about Madam C.J. Walker and A.J. Gash and all these great entrepreneurs that had turned businesses into multi-million-dollar corporations. So I met this brother in 1992, and I joined the program and got real close to him, and me and him would have a great conversation. I would tell him my story. And he said, Tracey, man, one day you should write a book. So as I'm doing my time, I left Riverfront around the end of 92, transferred to the Halfway House. But I remember a conversation that I had with Brother Zadi. He said, Tracey, he said, you can do some great things if you just put your mind to it. He said, you're a mighty people, man. We have done some tremendous things. History has shown that. So when I left him, when I went to the Halfway House, I always knew that I was an entrepreneur. Former drug addict, spent 7 years in prison. Crack addict, heroin addict, I did it all. But I always knew, because of the fact of my habit, I had to have my drug of choice. I knew how to hustle. I knew how to consistently make money. I knew how to consistently be without my drug of choice. Because I had to have it with a habit. So I always felt that I had that entrepreneurial spirit. So when I left this morning, coming back and talking with the elders before I came in, they had a Bible group with And I was telling a brother who said he had been in business for 50 years. I talk about in my book that as a young man, I grew up in the 70s. Born in the 60s, grew up in the 70s. But I had an opportunity every day to stretch a street in Trenton called Stuyvesant Avenue. And it's about maybe 2 or 3 miles long. 11 businesses, residential areas. The fact of the matter is that we own every business on that street. Everything from Burnish Clothing, to the Five and Dime store, to the restaurant, to VIP barbershop, to Clay's Bar. Every single business on that street we own. So I had an opportunity to grow up to see what a black entrepreneur looked like on a daily basis. I actually worked for a couple of them. Because I had that ingrained in my mind, and coupled with the fact that what I learned when I was in prison, I always thought that I was better than what I was growing up and eventually lead my life into. Whether that's in jail for the rest of my life, hanging on the corner for the rest of my life, or being dead. Knew I was better than that. Seen it around me every day. 1995, October 1995, was a life-changing experience for me. I had a couple of them. I can tell you about the year that I spent in Harvard Asset, 23-hour locker, something that I didn't do in prison. But I can tell you about those life experiences that you can say, man, that was a year and a half second, something that you didn't do. God has a way of working in one's life to put things in you that can be a life-changing experience only if you take heed to those warnings. My grandmother told me one time when I got shot, I had bullets still lodged in my spine. She said, Tracey, let me tell you something. She said, God is going to find you in the darkest hour. And she said, only then will you truly realize who you are. He found me at Walgreens State Prison when I was doing that year and a half set. So fast forward to me coming home in 93, October 1995, I remember like it was yesterday. I attended the Million Man March. One of the things that Minister Farrakhan said, that if you didn't have a job, your charge was to go back to your community and create a job. As a former ex-offender, someone with a state number 226926, I knew how difficult that was to find a job. A job that I can say that's going to pay me what I need to be paid, or what's my worth is. So when he told me that 3 months later, even though I was working at that time, one thing I did have a skill. Even though I was working at that time, I came home from the Million Man March in 1995 and started my first business 4 months later. I grew that company to $1 million corporation within 8 years. I started another company. Grew that into $1 million corporation. Started managing all types of properties around the Trenton and Mercer County area. All the while I was doing that, I was also giving opportunities and employment to folks that I knew that work. People that came to my office every single day. You see, my office is located on Martin Luther King Boulevard. It's where I started at 20 years ago. It's where I'm at today. And just like any Martin Luther King Boulevard across from America, same way, a little different. So brothers come to my office on a daily basis, get opportunity to sit down and tell me, say, listen, Tracey, man, just came home from prison, I got a daughter, I got a son, I can't go back to jail. No matter what you want me to do, whether sweep the floor, minimum wage, whatever you want me to do, I need a job. And that's one thing about it, is that being an entrepreneur, you can't employ everybody. Because the fact of the matter, you got to pay them on Friday. Y'all had a good talk, but when Friday comes, somebody better have a check. And it better have my name on it and his name on it. So you go through those motions every single day, and I've been able to go through those motions all my life. Like I said, my office has been located on the boulevard all my life. I mean, since I've been in business for 20 years. You get an opportunity to see that on a daily basis. But what I'm here to talk to you about today is the fact of the matter is that what I have inside me, and I'm not standing here, I come here to talk about the things that I've done out of unprecedented 900 nominees throughout the country. This year, 2014 White House Champion of Change for the work that I did on the reentry side and the mass incarceration. At the White House this year, 2011, I was awarded Entrepreneur of the Year by the Prison Chamber of Commerce. I'm from Tracey. The Prison Chamber of Commerce Never in their 51-year history has they ever honored an African American, not long as offended. But I'm saying these things and I'm telling you, I am just a mere reflection, of everything that is in you. Only if those qualities and those talents is brought out. I had somebody bring that out to me. And I told you about Brothers I Deep who told me I was going to go on to do great things, but I just put my mind to it. Seeing him in August of this year, everything that he told me 22 years ago is true. We are a mighty and great people who have done some tremendous things through some very hard circumstances. Whether it's racism, Jim Crow, now mass incarceration, all these things that we have to continue to fight against, we have still been able to do some marvelous things. And I'm able to share with you to let you know that the same thing that I've been able to accomplish, I know you have that talent to do the same exact thing. I do a program that we started 17 years ago in a partnership with Rider University in Trenton called the Minding Our Business Program. And this program was ranked top 10 in 2011, 2010 by Johns Hopkins University as one of the best entrepreneurship learning programs in the country. And what we do, we go into the public schools and we teach 6th and 7th graders how to start running a business. And teach them and plant that seed in their head that they can be business owners. I don't care every day that you wake up and you go to that bodega, you don't see people that look like you. When you go to McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts, the owner don't look like you. When you go to the gas station, the owner don't look like you. So you never get an opportunity to see what a black entrepreneur, a successful one, looks like. We plant seeds in kids' head at the 6th and 7th grade to let them know that they can be that. And we surround them with the African American business owners now that are mentors in the program, so that as they're going through that class and going through that course and learning everything about marketing, advertising, and researching, and finding out who your customer base is, as they're going through this, I'm talking 6th and 7th graders, with brilliant minds, learning everything that they can learn about entrepreneurship. So now what I do today, I spend a lot of my time, I've been blessed to be able to not only, establish two businesses. I'm actually working on my third right now. We're opening up a business down in South Carolina with a partner. But I spend a lot of time now basically spreading the same message all around. Tracey called me, we talked, he Googled me, I Googled him. We learned to see what each other know, we share the same interests. Using proper re-entry tools to help brothers know that they can put those guns down in our communities, that they can start creating businesses in our community, that we can start being economic power in our community. Because who controls the economics? Trust me, they control the community. So until we get back to doing that, we'll never be able to bring our communities to where they need to be. So the message I want to share with y'all this morning is that I need you guys to realize the potential that's in all of it. And I'm talking to the sisters, to the young. I'm talking to everybody. Because it's never too late. I didn't get myself together until I was 30 years old. 30 years old. Got a wife in law enforcement. Got a daughter in law enforcement. Got a son in prison. Full gamut. Full gamut. But opportunity to continue in this life to learn and grow and take those things that we see every day and use those same things as learning tools to be able to do better for ourselves and for our community. So my hope and wish this morning today is that we all realize that we have a responsibility in our communities to create opportunities, to create jobs for our people. Nobody's going to give us that. We can't keep saying, you got to give us a job. We got a great opportunity right now in the world. Just talking about the injustice of the justice system. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. It's been going on for years. It's starting to be highlighted now, but they've been killing brothers for years, since the slave ship. Nothing's different. But what we need to talk about right now, and it's going to be 10, 20 years from now, it's going to probably be the same thing. But what we need to talk about, and I'm going to tell you one thing that people respect in this country. Economics. Economics. They respect that. Because that puts you on an even playing field with others. Especially when you do it in their community. Chinatown has their own community. In our community, we have Polish City, Polish Town. All ethnic groups have their community. And normally all of them, banks, delis, stores, we have to get back to doing that and create those machines in our community that employ our people. So I'm going to end with that right there, and I really thank Tracey for giving me this opportunity to come down here and speak to brothers, because the fact of the matter is that we all have a job. He has a job. This man right here, to spend the amount of time in prison that he spent, and to come home and do what he's doing now, he understands it. And if he calls me, I come, I call somebody else that's doing the same thing that he does. This is what it's all about. It's about teaching, sharing, and encouraging our brothers and sisters to do better in our community and make our community better. All right? Thank you.